So the quarterfinals of the Cape Town Sevens are here, and this matchup is going to be an exciting one. Samoa taking on Argentina. Now, both of these sides have suffered a loss in the pool stages. Now looking to continue the rest of the tournament without a loss, move all the way to the final, and possibly take out the Cape Town Sevens. But throughout this preview, we will be looking at previous fixtures, key players, and also alongside that, a score prediction at the end. But if you do enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We'll jump straight into it. Looking at Samoa's previous fixtures, they were a part of Pool B alongside Uruguay, Japan, and also Ireland. So for a start, they had Uruguay. It seemed like it could have been a relatively one-sided game on paper. Uruguay fought hard, but in the end, Samoa getting themselves to win 21 points to 10. A good way to start their Cape Town Sevens campaign. Their next game up against the Japanese, well, they just went berserk. They managed to win it 45 points to 0. A statement win over Japan, scoring a whole heap of tries in the process and looking good while doing it. But then their next game, they faced up against the Irish, and I don't know what happened between that first game up against Japan and then the second up against Ireland 6 hours later. But it seemed to be a whole different Samoan side. They couldn't get possession in the first half. Handling errors were a regular occurrence. They lost that game 21 points to 14 up against Ireland. But the interesting fact with that game was Ireland needed to win it by 10 for them to qualify for the quarterfinals. So instead, Uruguay, they have gone through alongside the Samoans. Uruguay find themselves up against New Zealand. Samoa find themselves up against Argentina. Looking through at Argentina's fixtures, they have had a bit of an up and down path throughout their group stage as well. They were a part of Pool C. Their opening game, they were playing up against Kenya, managed to win it 19 points to 5. So started in a very similar fashion to Samoa, getting themselves a nice win under the belt. The next game, similar to Samoa, they didn't concede a single point. It was up against the Spanish, a side who had just come off a win up against New Zealand. A Los Pumas, they were able to win it 26 points to 0. Then the final game for Argentina, it was up against New Zealand. Now in the past, when these two sides have gone head-to-head, it's always close. This game lived up to those expectations. 21 points to 15 in favor of New Zealand, which meant Argentina, they still went through, and that is where we find ourselves sitting now. Samoa taking on Argentina, a game that I always hate to see this early on in the comp because I know it has the potential of being game of the tournament when these two sides clash. A lot of passion on the field, a lot of skill. Later on in the evening in Cape Town, we'll see a bit of dew on the surface, maybe a bit of a slippery ball, which could actually benefit Argentina, I would say, out of the two sides, as they are the team that have had the less handling errors so far. But looking through our key players for these two sides, we'll start with Samoa. Someone who didn't really deliver in the last game up against the Irish was Va'a Pilomaliko. He had a lot of handling errors, a lot of little mistakes. This game, I think he's going to be a lot better and will be one of the keys for Samoa. I think I say the same players every week when the Samoans are playing, but Yuna Sione, he's my next pick. He's got the size, got the skill, played extremely well in that game up against Japan. Also had a pretty solid game up against Uruguay. I think he will be capable of great things once again. Then the final player for the Samoans, I am going to go Noeli Letufia. Very good at spotting that next passing option for Samoa, whether that is going to be Maleko, Yuna Sione going through a gap. Letufia just seems to be able to pick them out. And their offload after the Argentine defense is lured in could be where those tries start to flow. Now looking through at Argentina, they're missing a couple of their big name players, such as Gaston Ravol, no Marcos Maneta in their side, but they do still have Hermain Schultz, and he is the first of my Pumas key players. Got a very similar build to Yuna Sione, willing to take that contact, hit the ball up hard and put in some big hits in defense. And that is somewhere that Argentina do need to make sure that they are up to Samoa's level. Physicality. Normally the Pacific Islands are known for it. Los Pumas, they've got plenty of players who can put in big shots. Hermain Schultz, certainly one of them. Another player does pretty well. Matthias Azarchuk, they're at number 9 for Argentina. Scored a try in the last match up against New Zealand, even though it was a defeat for Argentina. Still looked good throughout that contest. I think that will be the same up against the Samoans. And then the final player, he came off the bench in the last match, and that is Santiago Verafeld. I feel he's a good combination of a few of the traits that I have already mentioned. If he comes off the bench in this game up against Samoa, could get himself a last-minute try. But now we're up to that point of the video where I try and predict who's going to win this game between Samoa and Argentina. I will mention my predictions are shocking. I don't believe I get too many right, which is why I am going to say Argentina win this game by 5 points. Because anytime I say Samoa will win a quarterfinal, I jinx them. We're going to go with Argentina by 5 points. Bit of reverse psychology. Perhaps it will work in favor of Manu Samoa. But thank you all very much for tuning in. Do let me know in the comments who you think will be walking away with the victory here for the Cape Town quarterfinal. But thank you all very much for tuning in the game. As you can see there, taking place at 7:05 a.m. New Zealand time. We will be live on the channel covering it, so be sure to check that out as well. But thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all for the next one.